government-mandated professional college of psychologists has disciplined me and is threatening my clinical psychology license for retweeting the Conservative Party leader, Pierre Poilievre. How do you say his name?
Not sure.
Criticizing Justin Trudeau, the chief of staff, Gerald Butts, someone named Jacinda Ardern, and an Ottawa city councillor. He is required to participate in mandatory social media communication retraining to modify my objectionable behavior, which I absolutely refuse to do. So they'll go to the next step, which would be an in-person disciplinary hearing, with my license on the line. I'm going to make all this public this week. If you're interested, take a look. Canada has given over to the commissars, something I thought I'd never see in my lifetime. Happy New Year.
Well, I can't say I'm terribly surprised. Ultimately, anybody who remains inside an institution is going to be up against disciplinary hearings if they insist on seeing reality and discussing it.
But the term retraining, I'll read it again because it sounds so bonkers that someone would think that this is a good idea. That this term is so crazy that he is going to have to participate in mandatory social media communication retraining. Social media communication retraining. Like, you have to do it the way I do it. You have to do it the way other people that we have decided the way you communicate is not proper. We don't agree. You're retweeting people who are critical or criticizing the government, and we don't agree with that. So we're going to retrain you how to communicate on social media, and this is mandatory. You have to do it, and then you're going to have to adhere, right? Because if you do it, if you go through the retraining and then you don't adhere, well, then it doesn't count. Like, you have to be a different person.
Yeah, I mean, I am simultaneously shocked. Myself from 10 years ago is absolutely shocked.
Yeah.
Myself that has lived up to this point through the last 5 years is not shocked.
At all?
No. The disciplinary hearings are part of the structure that keeps the last holdouts from doing their thing. And in this case, you and I both know that Jordan is not going to bow to this. There's nothing that they can say that is going to cause him to do that.
Well, fortunately, he doesn't have to. This is the most important part about it, is that Jordan has achieved escape velocity, and he doesn't need them anymore. And so this is an empty threat. So this removing his license, you're not going to take away his education, his degrees. If you say you're removing his license, well, I don't think he's seeing clients anymore. He's not really acting as a clinical psychologist anymore, is he?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
And I agree with you. I think what we have to discuss is this. There's a question about where each of us are with respect to what you're calling escape velocity. And
yeah.
In fact, you and I sitting here is an interesting test case because I've come close to escape velocity, but not quite.
Well, you've been hobbled by the demonetization on YouTube for things that are now being printed in the Washington Post, which is wild.